Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we are now officially at my kitchen table, and we are going to look at how we can get a system to work. It's a little bit bright in here. I've turned off all the lights, but I've got a big window back here, so it's gonna be a wee bit bright. That's okay. Okay, so with our system today, we're going to be using two books that I have attached together with yarn that I pilfered from my crocheting stash. And while we're at it, I'm going to recommend two books to you guys. I'm going to recommend October Sky, really, really good book. It was originally called Rocket Boys, and it is the same book that the movie was based off of, and there's a decent amount of physics in here. A lot of Newton's third law with rocketry, and how a couple of boys from a small town in Virginia were able to use rocketry to go to college, so which is pretty cool. And this book, you guys have heard me talk about this book too. It's called Dynamicists. It's the first book of a trilogy. I've known the author Lee since I was about 13 or so. He's a good friend of my dad's. It's a very good book. It is a fantasy novel where the control of magic is the controls of the laws of thermodynamics, which is super cool. Yeah, it's a good book. The trilogy is a lot of fun, so give that a read. It's available on, I think you should be able to get both of these in ebooks, so it'd be easier for you to get as well. Okay, but now that we're all trapped at home, you got some books to read. Okay, so this is going to be what we're calling Mass 1, and this is what we're going to be calling Mass 2. The fact I've connected both of these books together with yarn from my crocheting collection means that they're now a system. Okay, so we're going to orient this so you guys can kind of see both books here. So notice that here, this book, there we go. This book is what we call Mass 1. That's what we've been calling Mass 1 in the notes. And this one is Mass 2. So when I let go of this book, it is going to pull on this string that way. And it's stuck on the crease in the table there. So the book is then going to move this way. Okay, the force of friction is going to be pulling backwards and preventing motion, or reducing the motion of this book. It's going to hinder that motion. The force applied is going to be this book pulling on this book. Okay, so you see how they accelerate like that? Okay, so the force of gravity of book two, so mass number 2, is going to cause mass number 1 to accelerate. Okay, so remember how in the notes we talked about that this is our pulley and it changes our direction. We assume no friction on the pulley. Is that actually the case? No, but we assume no friction on the pulley. Okay, so when we draw our free body diagrams, one of the options that I gave you guys is you can draw it out this way. So then, because then we have all these forces on the X, even though this book is actually accelerating down on the Y-axis, it's applying the pulley's redirecting that force and applying it on the X-axis on this book. So the normal force is the force that the table's applying to the book, and that's going up. FG1, so force of gravity on object 1, is going to be going down, and it's gravity pulling this book down. FG2, so your force of gravity 2, which is October Sky, is going to be applying that force. So your force applied, the equivalent of force applied on the X. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, ladies and gentlemen. And hope you guys got a couple of good read options out of the demo as well. So have a good rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen, and catch you on the flip side. See you next video.